This seems like the shocker of all time. This iPhone 13 Pro Max was brought to be fixed, but when I look at it, it looks so different from what I know how iPhone 13 Pro Max used to look like. The camera lens looked quite different. The flashlight, everything looks so big, you can see the difference. And the screen looks so normal, like the normal 13 Pro Max, and we have the two down screws. So what we're going to be doing is to work on this 13 Pro Max. Now, one of the first thing which we have to do is to remove the two screws. That's a pair of screws that is below. Let's get to know. But the problem with these 13 Pro Max is you have to remove the screen from the top. But I wonder where, if it's the same thing, if this is actually the real 13 Pro Max or the clone one or the fake one. So we're going to be removing both screws from the down. And after removing both screws, now we're going to open this phone to get to know where exactly is this phone going to be open, either at the back or at the front. But while looking at this phone, I discovered this is actually not the real iPhone 13 Pro Max. You can't remove the screen from the top, so you have to open the back. That's the back glass before you can be able to remove it. And this glass is very fragile. If care is not taken, you might break the glass. So you might want to use an heat gun to be able to hit the back. Because I didn't hit it very well, you can see there's now a crack at the back glass. So I've already hit it. Then it's actually not that hard, that difficult to remove, but you just need to hit it. Now for the shocker of all time, you can see how the phone looks like. This is iPhone 13 Pro Max fake. You can see how the glass look like the genuine one, and but the shocker of all time is this is actually a clone phone. This is how the inside looks like, and you can see the three cameras. So we're going to open these screws for us to see how the camera actually looks like, and it's important we get to know what we are working on before doing anything. And you can see there is actually just few screws at the back, so we're going to remove every one of these screws for us to be able to see what this phone actually looks like, if it can be done. And the person that brought this phone brought it complaining that the phone is not working. And after everything, looking at the phone, I'm going to let you know what I discovered about this phone. The genuine iPhone is not open from the back. You only change the back glass, but this is the clone one. You can only open it from the back, not from the front screen. Is quite difficult trying to remove the genuine one, but with this clone one is quite easier for us to. So now after removing all the screws, we're going to open this particular part, and you can see there's screws even at the camera side. So we're going to remove every one of the screw. And another shocker of all time is what I'm going to be showing you. And I think this China Mobile, it's getting better. And the truth and the fact is that these phones are not iPhone. They are not iOS programs that are on this phone. This is Android phone. Now let's come to the next shocker of all times. Once you remove this part, you can see how the camera looks like. It's just a mere plate that they created three camera. This is actually very fake, very clone. You can see how it looks like. Once you remove it, you can see how it looks like. There is actually just one single camera for the back camera and another one for the front. This is the back camera and this is the front camera. This is where it's been fixed. You can see how these China mobiles, and we also have the battery that is put on this phone. You can see how this whole thing looks like. This is how the battery look like. It's a wired battery. This is actually not an iPhone battery. I wonder why they keep doing this, but I think this is for those that want to live a fake life. If you want to live a fake life, these are the kind of phones in which they sell to you. And if care is not taken, if you don't know much about an iPhone, make sure you don't spend your money to go and buy it. You need to go with someone that knows much about iPhone. So this is how you get to identify a real phone and a clone phone. And at the end of the day, what I discovered about this phone after working on it is the fact that the phone is actually working, but the screen is not displaying. So the screen is a problem and it needs to be replaced with a different one. Now the problem with these phones is that getting another screen is quite difficult unless you go to Amazon or these online stores to be able to get the screen. But over here in Africa, in Nigeria, Ghana and other African countries, it's quite difficult getting these screens, because we have so many types, so many different types out there. So sometimes it's difficult being able to get the LCD screen that is going to work for these things. So this is all I have for you. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more.